Do we think there's a wedding this year?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Do you really not know?
I have no idea.
You're not going to lie.
Yes.
I know.
Not gonna lie.
I know you're not going to get yourself in trouble either.
Never.
I know, but
we're so excited to celebrate, though.
I know, of course.
We can't wait.
We all are. Yeah,
Yes.
Kylie, thank you so much.
Have you ever noticed that sometimes the people who say the least end up revealing the most? That's exactly what happened when Kylie Kelce finally decided to speak about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's highly private wedding. Fans expected another polite smile and a quick change of subject. Instead, Kylie dropped just a few carefully chosen words that instantly had the internet talking. Kendi MDME. After weeks of complete silence following one of the biggest celebrity weddings of the year, Kylie described the celebration with a phrase that immediately grabbed headlines. It was absolutely magical. But while those 3 words thrilled millions of fans, what she refused to say turned out to be even more interesting. MBS. Taylor and Travis have spent years balancing worldwide fame with an unusually private relationship. Even after their wedding, they continued keeping nearly every detail behind closed doors. So when someone as close to them as Kylie finally spoke publicly, everyone was listening. But her comments weren't simply about a beautiful ceremony. Hidden within her brief interview was something that revealed just how deeply Taylor had already become part of the Kelce family, long before she officially became Travis's wife. And once fans realized what Kylie meant, social media exploded with reactions. So what exactly did Kylie reveal? What is she still keeping secret? And why are fans convinced her comments tell a much bigger story than anyone expected? Let's take a closer look. For months, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce managed something almost impossible in today's celebrity world. Despite constant media attention and endless speculation online, they kept nearly every detail of their wedding completely private. That only made curiosity grow stronger with every passing day. Naturally, one of the first people fans looked toward was Kylie Kelce. Jamdie's Travis Kelce's sister-in-law and one of Taylor's closest family members. Kylie had become one of the few people who actually witnessed the celebration firsthand. But if fans expected her to spill every secret, they were quickly disappointed. During the July 23 episode of her podcast, Not Gonna Lie, Kylie congratulated the newlyweds before sharing a heartfelt message that instantly made headlines. She simply said, "Congratulations to Tay and Trav. It was absolutely magical. I'm so happy for them. We love them so dearly." It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't emotional for attention, it felt genuine. And that's exactly why so many people believed every word. Unlike celebrity interviews that often seem carefully rehearsed, Kylie's comments sounded like someone speaking about family, rather than 2 of the world's biggest stars. That authenticity immediately resonated with listeners. But just when fans thought she might finally begin sharing behind-the-scenes stories from the wedding, Kylie unexpectedly changed. Instead of revealing exclusive details, she made it very clear where the line would be drawn. She explained that anything beyond her brief comments should come directly from Towers. Taylor and Travis themselves, because it was their story to tell. For many fans, that decision actually earned her even more respect. In an era where private celebrity moments often become public within hours, Kylie chose loyalty over headlines. She could have easily become the source of countless exclusive stories. Instead, she protected the couple's privacy. And that decision said a lot about the trust inside the Kelce family. But even while avoiding specific wedding details, Kylie still ended up revealing something that many fans considered even more meaningful. Because her next comment wasn't really about the wedding at all, it was about Taylor herself. And those few words completely changed how many people viewed Taylor's place within the Kelce family. But what Kylie said next may have been the biggest revelation of all. The biggest surprise from Kylie's comments wasn't actually about the wedding. It came from a single sentence that completely shifted the conversation. While many people saw the ceremony as the beginning of Taylor Swift officially joining the Kelce family, and Kylie made it sound like that moment had happened long before anyone walked down the aisle. Hi Siskamium. Fans, she explained that the wedding was really only making it official because, in her words, Taylor had already been part of the family for quite some time. Bland's that simple statement instantly caught fans' attention. Think about it for a moment. Piendi for someone as close to the family as Kylie to say Taylor was already. Family wasn't just a polite compliment. It reflected the kind of bond that develops over months and years, not overnight. Monjits. It's no secret that Taylor had spent a great deal of time with the Kelces throughout her relationship with Travis. She attended family gatherings, celebrated holidays, cheered at Chiefs games alongside relatives, and gradually became a familiar face in the family's inner circle. Public appearances over the past 2 years consistently showed how comfortable everyone seemed together. Instead of treating Taylor like a celebrity guest, the Kelces appeared to treat her like one of their own. Oh, and according to Kylie, that's exactly how it felt behind the scenes. Bulgy for many fans, this was one of the sweetest confirmations they'd heard since the wedding. Social media quickly filled with reactions from people saying they weren't surprised at all. Others pointed out that the family's support for Taylor had always seemed genuine, cast. From Jason Kelce's playful interactions with Swifties to Donna Kelce's warm public comments whenever she was asked about Taylor. Of course, fans also began reading deeper into Kylie's words. Some suggested this proved the relationship had been much more serious behind closed doors than the public ever realized. Others wondered whether wedding plans had been in motion far longer than anyone knew. It's important to separate those ideas from the facts. Blends. While fans continue to speculate about how long the couple had been planning their future together, neither Taylor nor Travis has publicly confirmed the timeline of those personal decisions. Those online theories remain just that. Still, Kylie's remarks painted a clear picture of something that didn't require any guessing. The relationship wasn't just accepted. It was embraced. And perhaps that's why the wedding itself felt less like introducing someone new into the family and more like celebrating someone who had already found her place. That perspective also explains why Kylie sounded so emotional when talking about the day. She wasn't describing the arrival of a new family member. She was celebrating someone who, in her eyes, had already been there all along. But despite opening up about Taylor's place in the family, Kylie refused to answer the one question millions of people were waiting to hear. What actually happened inside that incredibly private ceremony, and her response only made fans even more curious. Because what Kylie refused to reveal became almost as fascinating as what she did. At that point, fans thought Kylie might finally give them a glimpse behind the curtain. After all, she had attended one of the most talked about celebrity weddings in recent memory. If anyone knew the unforgettable moments from that day, it was Hermes. But instead of sharing exclusive stories, Kylie made a decision that surprised almost everyone. She politely shut the door on every question about the ceremony. She explained that any additional details should come directly from Taylor and Travis themselves. If the newlyweds wanted to share memories from their special day, that choice belonged entirely to them. Until then, she wasn't going to be the person revealing what happened behind closed doors. It was a simple response, but it carried a powerful message. In today's world, celebrity weddings rarely stay private for long. Photos leak, guests post videos, and insiders often reveal behind-the-scenes details within hours. Yet this wedding has remained remarkably quiet. That silence has only made fans more curious. Every new interview, every public appearance, and every social media post has been analyzed for tiny clues. People have searched for hints about the guest list, the decorations, the music, and even the speeches. But those closest to the couple have consistently respected their privacy Healy's comments showed that this wasn't an accident. Freight no. It appeared to be a shared understanding among family and friends that Taylor and Travis ought deserved to tell their own story when they were ready or not at all. Ongeance. Even so, Kylie couldn't help revealing one small detail that painted a picture of the atmosphere inside the celebration. She described the wedding as intimate and incredible and full of love. Both for each other and everybody else's love for them. Those heartfelt words gave fans a rare glimpse into the emotional tone of the day, without exposing any private moments. That description immediately sparked thousands of reactions online. Many fans said it sounded exactly like the kind of wedding they had imagined for the couple, not an over-the-top Hollywood spectacle, saprowers, but a meaningful celebration surrounded by the people who mattered most. Others praised Kylie for protecting the couple's privacy instead of chasing headlines. Bond in an era where exclusive stories can generate enormous attention. Staying silent isn't always easy. Yet Kylie chose loyalty over publicity, and many people felt that decision spoke volumes about the trust within the family. Of course, that didn't stop the internet from guessing. LBMDS rumors continued circulating about surprise performances, emotional speeches, and unforgettable moments during the reception. Some reports claimed certain celebrity guests played special roles throughout the evening, or panai. While fans on social media created their own theories about what might have happened, it's important to remember that none of those online claims have been confirmed by Taylor, Travis, or their families. Until they choose to speak publicly, those stories remain speculation rather than established fact. Ironically, the more everyone kept quiet, the more interest the wedding generated. Sometimes, mystery creates even more excitement than complete access. Bounds. Instead of giving the public every detail, Taylor and Travis left fans wanting more. And judging by the worldwide reaction, that approach may have made their wedding even more memorable. But despite all the secrecy, a few confirmed details have emerged, and together, they help paint a picture of one of the most unforgettable celebrity celebrations in recent years. Because while the private moments remain hidden, what we do know tells a remarkable story. Even with so much secrecy surrounding the celebration, a handful of confirmed details have managed to emerge. And while they don't reveal every special moment, they do help explain why everyone who attended has described the day so warmly. One thing is clear. This wasn't designed to be the kind of celebrity wedding, that dominates social media with hundreds of behind-the-scenes photos. Instead, everything about the event appeared to focus on family, close friends, and creating memories away from the cameras. That decision alone stood out. Taylor has spent nearly 2 decades living under an intense spotlight, for sign. Tommy Jurgen. While Travis has become one of the NFL's biggest stars. Between the two of them, almost every public appearance becomes headline news. So choosing to keep their wedding so private felt intentional from the very beginning. Munju. According to the confirmed reports, the ceremony brought together the people who mattered most to the couple. Family members and close friends gathered to celebrate a relationship that millions had watched grow over the past several years. And judging by Kylie's heartfelt comments, the atmosphere inside was something truly special. Rather than focusing on luxury or spectacle, she emphasized something much more meaningful. Love. Not just the love between Taylor and Travis, but the overwhelming support surrounding them from everyone in attendance. That may sound simple, but it's one of the reasons her words resonated so deeply with fans. After years of sold-out stadium tours, championship celebrations, non-stop media coverage, and constant public attention, this appeared to be one rare moment where Taylor and Travis could simply enjoy being surrounded by the people closest to them. Of course, the internet didn't stop asking questions. Who attended? What songs were played? Were there emotional speeches? Did anyone famous perform? Those questions quickly spread across social media, with countless posts claiming to know what happened behind closed doors. Some reports even suggested that certain celebrity guests shared unforgettable moments during the reception. No. Others claimed exclusive details about decorations, surprise appearances, or personal vows. Munja. However, it's important to separate confirmed information from online speculation. As of now, neither Taylor nor Travis has publicly confirmed many of those circulating stories. While fans continue discussing them across social media, they remain unverified unless the couple or their representatives choose to address them directly. That hasn't stopped the excitement. If anything, the mystery has only fueled more conversation. Every small comment from someone close to the couple suddenly becomes major news. Even a brief sentence from Kylie generated headlines around the world. Because fans are eager for any authentic glimpse into the day. And perhaps that's exactly what makes this wedding different from so many others. Instead of allowing every detail to become public within hours, Taylor and Travis managed to preserve something that's becoming increasingly rare in celebrity culture: privacy. Ironically, by revealing less, they created even greater interest. People aren't just talking about what happened. They're talking about what didn't get revealed. And that's a remarkable achievement in today's world, where almost nothing stays secret for long. But while the wedding itself captured everyone's attention, another conversation was quietly taking over online. Fans began focusing on Kylie's words about Taylor already being part of the family. And many believed they revealed something much bigger about the relationship than anyone expected. Because one heartfelt sentence may have explained why this love story has resonated with millions from the very beginning. Almost immediately after Kylie's podcast episode was released, social media lit up with reactions. But interestingly, it wasn't because she revealed some shocking wedding secret, it was because she didn't. Instead, one simple statement kept appearing across thousands of posts. Taylor has been part of the family for quite some time. Those words struck an emotional chord with fans who had followed Taylor and Travis's relationship from the very beginning. For nearly 2 years, people watched their story unfold one step at a time. There were the unforgettable Chiefs games where Taylor cheered from the stands. There were public appearances that instantly became headline news. There were moments with the Kelce family that showed genuine laughter rather than carefully planned photo opportunities. Little by little, the relationship seemed to grow stronger. So, when Kylie explained that the wedding was simply making things official, many fans felt it confirmed what they had believed all along, that Taylor had already found a place within the Kelce family long before the marriage certificate was signed. Across social media, countless fans described Kylie's comments as heartfelt, sincere, and refreshingly genuine. Others pointed out that throughout the relationship, the Kelce family had consistently welcomed Taylor with warmth instead of treating her like one of the world's biggest celebrities. That difference mattered. Rather than focusing on fame, chart records, or championship trophies, they appeared to value something much simpler: how happy Taylor and Travis seemed together. Of course, the online conversation didn't stop there. As often happens with high-profile couples, fans began creating their own theories. Some suggested the relationship had become serious much earlier than anyone realized. Others wondered whether the wedding had been quietly planned for months before the public even suspected it. There were even rumors claiming that close family members had known about the couple's future plans long before the engagement became public. It's important to be clear here. While those ideas continue circulating online, none of them have been confirmed by Taylor, Travis, Kylie, or other members of the family. They're simply fan theories and online speculation, not established facts. Still, the excitement surrounding those discussions showed just how invested people have become in this relationship. Unlike many celebrity romances that dominate headlines for a few months before fading away, Taylor and Travis have continued capturing public attention because their story has felt unusually authentic to many fans. That authenticity is also reflected in how the people closest to them speak. Amanda noticed that Kylie never tried to create drama. She didn't hint at hidden conflicts. She didn't tease secret arguments. Bonds. She didn't suggest anything controversial just to attract attention. Instead, every comment centered on love, respect, and protecting the couple's privacy. Benji. Ironically, that may be one of the biggest reasons her words carried so much weight. When someone who rarely speaks publicly about private family matters finally says something, people naturally listen more carefully. And perhaps that's exactly why her brief interview generated headlines around the world. She didn't need a long explanation. She didn't need sensational stories, a few honest sentences were enough. But despite all the excitement surrounding Kylie's remarks, one question still remains unanswered. Will Taylor and Travis ever decide to share more about their wedding themselves? Banda. Or will this remain one of the most private celebrity weddings in recent memory? Because what happens next could determine whether fans ever get the full story, or whether this magical day remains known only to the people lucky enough to witness it firsthand. For now, it seems Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are perfectly happy, letting their wedding remain exactly what they wanted it to be, a deeply personal celebration shared with the people closest to them. In a world where almost every major celebrity event is documented from every possible angle, they've chosen a very different path. And that's part of what makes this story so fascinating. Instead of flooding social media with dozens of official photos or giving exclusive interviews immediately afterward, the couple has allowed the memories to remain with their family and friends. That decision has only strengthened the feeling that this day wasn't about creating headlines. It was about creating lasting memories. Kylie Kelce's comments reinforced that idea perfectly. She didn't try to satisfy every curious fan or reveal moments that weren't hers to share. She simply offered heartfelt congratulations, described the wedding as absolutely magical, and made it clear that any further details should come directly from Taylor and Travis whenever and if they choose to talk about them. That approach earned praise from many fans, who admired how respectfully she handled questions about such a private occasion. Of course, curiosity isn't going away anytime soon. Fans continue hoping the couple might eventually release a few official wedding photographs, share a personal story from the ceremony, or perhaps mention the day during a future interview. Some online discussions even speculate that Taylor could one day reflect on the wedding through her music. While others believe Travis may eventually tell a funny behind-the-scenes story on a podcast. It's worth emphasizing that these are only fan hopes and online speculation. Neither Taylor nor Travis has announced any plans to share additional details, and there is no confirmed indication that they intend to do so. Until then, the wedding remains something refreshingly rare, a major celebrity event that still feels personal. In many ways, that mystery has become part of its legacy. Sometimes the most memorable stories aren't the ones where every detail is revealed. They're the ones that leave just enough unanswered questions for people to keep talking long after the headlines fade. And perhaps that's exactly what has happened here. A few heartfelt words from Kylie were enough to remind everyone that behind the global fame, the sold-out stadiums, the championship victory, and the non-stop media attention are two people who simply wanted to celebrate one of the happiest days of their lives with the people they love most. When Kylie Kelce finally broke her silence, many expected exclusive stories or hidden wedding secrets. Instead, she gave fans something far more meaningful. was. She confirmed that Taylor wasn't just welcomed into the Kelce family on her wedding day, she had already become part of it long before the vows were exchanged. Mensed. Her description of the celebration as absolutely magical wasn't memorable because it revealed everything. Monis. It was memorable because it captured the emotion of the day while still respecting the couple's privacy. And maybe that's why this wedding has resonated with so many people around the world. In an era where nearly every celebrity moment is instantly shared online, is sheer. Taylor and Travis proved that some memories are even more special when they're kept close to the heart. MDMC. Whether they eventually decide to share more photos, tell behind-the-scenes stories, or simply let this chapter remain private is entirely up to them. Until that day comes, fans will continue celebrating what they do know. Two people who found happiness together, surrounded by a family that clearly welcomed them with open arms. And judging by Kylie's heartfelt words, that's a love story that didn't begin at the altar, it simply became official there.